a few weeks ago, a high school friend came and visited me from Seattle. He took me by surprise because ever since we graduated from high school, he had never been able to have a day off because of the labor demand at the restaurant he worked for. So he told me that he got laid off because his boss couldn't afford to pay for his service anymore. Ever since Seattle raised the minimum wage to $15 an hour, so which is a good thing because he has his free time right now. But why some people argue that raising the minimum wage will reduce the poverty problem in America, I thought differently. Raising the minimum wage to $15 an hour will exhaust our business owner and weaken our American economy. I'm pretty sure that everyone has heard the crying for $15 an hour minimum on Facebook, mass media, and so on. But I have never believed that it will actually work, especially in the Houston area. Here are my reasoning. First of all, increase the minimum wage will leave a negative impact on small business owners. On March 14, 2015, Singapore has reported that many restaurants across the city of Seattle are making the financial decision to close their shop as the effective date for raising the minimum wage approached. So one McDonald's restaurant in Seattle has fired most of its workers and replaced the labor force with iPad. So if next time you ever walk into a McDonald's restaurant in Houston area and you don't see any worker there, then you know that our Houston area has raised minimum wage. Secondly, increasing the minimum wage will not effectively solve our poverty problem. Because why? As you know that most of the hourly workers are students. And students are not the primary income source of the family. In fact, student workers only make up as little as 22% of American labor force. By raising the minimum wage, it will not target the right population that really need help, And an interesting fact that PreoTV.com had reported early this June, a month after the minimum wage raise took effect in Seattle, has said that many workers in restaurants had asked their boss to reduce the working hour so that they make just enough and they don't have to pay for the health insurance and food stamp. And lastly, by raising the minimum wage will also increase the risk of inflation. And yes, have you ever considered that what will it cost you at McDonald's if Houston ever raised its minimum wage? At thinkprogress.org had reported a $5 Big Mac, a Big Mac that used to cost you $5 will now cost you approximately $10 if Houston ever raised its minimum wage. And by raising the minimum wage will also increase the price of our daily product, such as milk, vegetable, basically our food, by 30%. And when we think about it, it actually makes sense because if a student worker like me who received an $8 pay an hour and ever got $15, then my dad who is working at the factory should earn $36 an hour. And doctor, of course, will double their salary. And it's inflation right there. So by raising the minimum wage is proved to negatively affect our small business owner and cause a recession to our economy. While we're trying to reduce poverty, we just push our two most important labor force to the edge of hardship. So raising the minimum wage important when the opposite impact is placing heavily on our fellow citizens' shoulder. We really need to reconsider these issues